Chris, how is your pee break?
My pee break.
They might flash you. Understand?
Random, baby.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
I too am a thought criminal. Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor. It's showtime live from the freezing fertility egg storage center. Yours truly, Taylor Ferber. No, despite skipping away from the commercial, like I said, egg freezer with AOC, like hand in hand, like we are the Beverly Hills Troops, Girl Scouts. You remember that movie? We are locked arms. We are linked in. We are braiding each other's hair. We are at a bonfire to and from the fertility center together. Who would have thought? AOC, my egg freezing sister. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Monday indeed. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff going on. And I love it. I love it. I did a Substack on it today, so I'm not going to give it all away here. You don't give away the cow and get the milk for free? Like, what does this look like? So I'm not going to give it all away here, but go check out my sentiments on being in a vortex of ovaries. Like I said, hand in hand, one and the same with one AOC. Who would have thunk it at the same time? But yeah, I did a Substack about it today, which also I'm amping it up. Here's my plan. I'm just going to be truthful. David, I don't know if you're watching, but this is news to you too. I'm going to give this thing all I've got. You know, I've doubled down on the show now 3 nights a week, including tonight. Substack, same thing. I'm going to come in here, you know, like the air of Hemingway with a piece every day. I'm going to try. And if this shit just blows up or doesn't take off or goes south, I'm going to give it a couple months. Arrivederci. Ciao, bitches. Like, seriously, I'm taking my blonde ass to Italy, to the homeland, to the motherland. And, bidding everyone adieu. No, not like that. I'm saying like I'm going to just relocate my ass and just, you know, be Diane Lane under the Tuscan sun because I just don't know anymore. But until then, and thank you guys too for the amps of support on Substack. I really appreciate that. It's going down. It's going down. So yes, I chronicle the weird timing of AOC coming out this weekend. Not only what she said about freezing her eggs, but how she said it. My mom was like, that's so weird. That's something you would exactly say. Like, who would have thought, you know, just a brown Puerto Rican gal out of the Bronx bartending and, you know, white blonde Taylor out of suburban Connecticut. And here we are, guys. Actually, something else that I see eye to eye with on AOC besides her sentiments about all this is that we both were service industry workers in the restaurant business, like scrubbing like harder than the bar back. So there you go, you know. But actually, jokes aside, it's so refreshing to actually see, what do you know, the humanity. Like maybe you should try it sometime. It's so refreshing, right? Because guys, I'm the person who, remember AOC's dress, the Tax the Rich or whatever it was at the Met Gala? I made a dupe one. I made another one and it said like, stop virtue signaling. Okay, this is coming from me. Other than the sky is blue, I don't know what I would agree with AOC on, but this, I was like, she is up in my blonde brain, right? Because she talks about how badass it is. She shows, you know, a video and she's in a green room, presumably going on like I don't know what she went on, a show or something, but she's like, here I am. I think it's badass that I can like be giving myself these shots, which let's not overlook. Okay, you feel like cattle. I haven't even started them yet, but it's like the poking, the probing, the invasiveness of it all. Okay, it's like you are just a factor. You're going in, you're getting blood, your needles, you're this, you're that. I went in for my first appointment to freeze my eggs, which again, you guys know by now is something I never thought I would do or wanted to do. I'm thinking it's just, we're going to talk it over. It's a consultation. Next thing I know, they're like, okay, we're going to spread your legs, ultrasound. I'm like, wow, just there goes my dignity and my privacy. Okay, anybody else. But not only that, you know, she's like, and then I'm going to go on to glam, and then I'm going to go on to talk publicly about foreign affairs and issues and all this. And I was like, oh my God, she has more than a brain cell hanging on for dear life in there. Like we got the flux capacitor is up and running. Like we are in business. And I was like, that's so something that I would say and feel. And it felt weirdly, I felt like seen in a way. I was like, yes, I feel like people don't talk about this. And it is such a thing. It feels, at least for me, like something that you yet again conquer. It's very intimidating. It is. It's a lot. Like even I brought Rob with me to my appointments and his head was spinning. And something else that she said was that basically like men could never. Now, I don't agree with the way that she goes about it because it feels, you guys, you know, I don't like the whole, like not everything has to be men have it easy and women are victims. Cause her thing is like, I thought it would affect me, you know, politically and career wise. And with men, they don't ask you if you are planning a family. Like that's not even a conversation that comes up. Yes and no, whatever. For me, I feel like times are different now. For me, it's more the point, which is men could never. Men, I love you, but you are out here unraveling at the common cold. Okay. Like you could I turned to Rob and audibly said that. Because they're like, okay, you're going to have to do this, and then at this time of day, and then sometimes it's 2 times a day, and then at the trigger shot, and I turn to him, I go, men could never do this shit. Let it just be honest, okay? They are triggered at a Kleenex box. Like, what are we talking about? And I'm sorry, not sorry. That is the badassery of being a woman. Like the stuff that we do. And like, I hate to sound this because it sounds so cliche, but like really doing it all. And the fact that she's like a little bit older than I am and is figuring out and all that, I was like, oh my God, yes. Like yes, I feel seen. Like I'm like, I was transported and I'm like, I see the two of us like over cigars and bourbon, just talking crap on all these men who could never know. But all that to say, so kind of like fun and refreshing to see the human behind this, again, like political avatar and the person. And, you know, that's why even if you guys caught it for better or worse on Friday, my live stream with Joe Francis on Perez Hilton, which we had to take down because Joe, if you copy, you can't be saying stuff like that on a live stream, like just throwing out these claims and stuff. So I'm going to clean it up and probably stream it and put it back up. But even that idea of like what I said, this even with Perez Hilton, right, which has been so inhumane, no dignity, satanic, dark, just awful on every absolute level. And how in of itself, it has become this form of like cancel culture. I saw that there was a celebrity, and Joe's like doubling down, by the way, in DMs and texting me. He's like, you're wrong about this, Taylor. But I'm like, this is human, like morality, right and wrong. And I guess there was a celebrity who defended Joe and then like backed down on it. And because of like getting flack because of how Perez, you know, would violate people's privacy and all this, and almost like he got what he, like, who cared? He's ruined people's lives, all this. And so the celebrity like backed down, which is nuts. It's crazy. We saw somebody self-harm in the most traumatizing way online. This is not normal, like on the internet. And again, the humanity and dignity stripped away in that. My mind can't compute. I can't like wrap my head around that. And right, like it being a form of cancel culture in and of itself. It's like this person, it's like despite where they are, maybe how they've evolved, if they can evolve, if they can change, like nope. It's like to the point of this though, like y'all are unhinged. And that brings me back to AOC because it, like I said, it was so refreshing to see, to feel, I don't know, this like, I hate to sound Yaya sisterhood of the traveling bands, but this camaraderie and this female, like, yes, I get it, because everybody is fake pandering out here about having it all together. popping out kids at 20, or the fake, like, I'm whatever old and I don't need a man and I'm having da da da. And it's like, girl, we know that you are like scissoring your stuffed animal at night. Who are we kidding? And so it just felt like the real. The only thing I will say though is, you know me, I'm always going to call through. Like, it's like just Casper. It's like, I'm the sixth sense. I am Haley Joe Osment itself, and I can just see through all the BS. But how she was kind of like, I've been saving up for the girl. You wear Chanel. Stop. I had to go begging like on a street corner to anyone. I'm freezing my eggs. Help a girl. Like literally while crying over my Penn State journalism degree. Okay. I had to put out like candy grams. I had to send, carrier pigeons to family members. So like, just stop that you had to save up. Just stop. Okay. And I get it. It's like appealing to like the every person kind of thing, especially for a progressive, but just stop, just knock it off. And then she also said something to the effect of how affordable, we've made it and all this. And I'm like, are we doing this? What's happening? What are we talking about? But the crazy thing is, again, about like seeing the humanity. And by the way, guys, I'm going to show after this a piece of a interview I did for a new Apple TV. Well, not new. It's season 2 of a big Apple TV show, which actually goes into all this, right? But is seeing the humanity and relating, again, to the most unlikely. But hear me out. Okay, because I did a Substack piece over the weekend. That is a triumph, by the way. You need to read it if you haven't. And it's called Some of You Have Never Lived Through a Terrorist Attack, and it shows. Where's the lie? And it doesn't talk about it's sort of an undercurrent, you get it. Like if you know, about the boom and the wave of like the progressives, the DSA taking over, like infiltrating America. It's not really about that. It's more about, you'll see. I'm not going to, what is it? It's like, we're on a first date. What do you think? Candygram versus Chanel in the comment. No, but actually, like, I'm talking like the 2nd grade Valentine's Day candygrams that you get at like Target or Walmart. And it's like the same for every person. That's what we're working with here. Okay. Like my food stamps adjacent asks to help freeze my eggs for AOC is in Chanel saying she needed to save up. Okay. Anyways, back to the progressive. So yes, no, you'll see. It's more like the Islam versus like what's common sense and, not wanting to kill people and all that. But anyways, there's something else that I watched and I was like, what am I having like rewiring and re-circuiting in my brain when it comes to relating to unlikely people? So I'm watching with Rob the 2nd season of Beef, which is unhinged, which is crazy. If you like, I am learning, if it's like not satire, sharp, biting social commentary, I don't want it. I'm bored. Move on with our day. This is exactly that. And it really pins the generations against each other, millennials and Gen Z. And the entitlement, all of it is so spot on. I'll turn to Rob whenever they're taking aim at Gen Z. And I'm like, this is how they are. This is how they are. Like really just going all out. But specifically, the crazy thing is I relate because it's a millennial couple and a Gen Z couple, right? And it really talks about and really paints the picture of class and status and those, with wealth and those scrambling and constantly trying to what gave it away? No, but constantly on the grind and trying and feeling like you're losing grip and trying to keep up and underwater and all this. And it paints it perfectly. Okay. And to take it from me, this is somebody who's been around and on private jets of billionaires. So I'm not saying that braggingly. I'm saying that because I've seen some stuff. But I actually related to the Gen Z couple, not in the way that they blame everything on the older generation. Like literally they could stub a toe and they're like, well, that's because so-and-so at work told me. I'm like, this is literally how they think. Or how like most of the world blames, their own life problems on Jews. It's sort of like that. You know what I mean? Not that, but more so how they're in a system that they just like can't keep up with. It's like, no matter how hard they try, like I said, constantly scrambling and grinding and, trying to stay afloat and just feeling like you're constantly kind of getting the shaft. So spot on. And I was like, holy shit. And Rob turned to me and he said, this is why. Maybe it's not the brainwashing of Islam, so to speak, but that idea of like to attribute to this taking off and this wave of American socialists, that's what they want to call themselves, is that sentiment perhaps more than anything. I think most of these people are brainwashed with the like free Palestine, Israel's the devil, all that stuff. But the idea under it all that it's like, we are drowning here. Like we are struggling. Regis, can I phone a friend? Like S-O fucking S. You know what I mean? And people like feeling like they're really, doing the most to stay afloat. And to not only thrive, but just survive. And there's a scene even in the show where she's in the emergency room and it's I get it, it's hyperbolic, but actually I'm like, this isn't that far off of the shitty healthcare system. It's like you have people literally dying, missing limbs, like blood and vomit squirting. And I'm like, yep, okay. So, and meanwhile, like everyone's like on a 25-hour wait. Grim realities, man, grim times. But anyways, all of it to say is between AOC and even the Perez Hilton stuff, or even kind of resonating with or identifying with the unlikely source of a show or whatever it is, I feel like the new rebellion, I used to say it was being quote unquote authentic, although I hate that word now because it's been so co-opted by the robot mind hive, but be authentic and like not caring in a world of camps and tribes and pick a side and having a free thought. What do you know? I feel like the new version of that, like the most rebellious thing you can do is not aligning yourself because it's easier for whatever reason, for your social life, for your family, for your job, for your social media, to not align and to actually, what do you know, see the humanity in other people. Who would have thunk it? I know, like, try it. I swear, like, you won't pass away on arrival. Like, maybe you will survive. But I don't care. I don't. And like, I'm so glad I saw this, by the way, before I saw this just before I popped on here. Okay. Unlike, this is the stuff about the right that drives me insane. Like, literally be more out of touch. Be more out of touch, okay? You have this clown, Matt Walsh, talking about AOC. And yes, some of the comments are funny. They'll be like, oh no, don't like, no more Democrats, like don't procreate, whatever. That's fine, funny. But here's Matt Walsh out here, okay, with the Daily Wire. She'll turn 37 in a couple months. If she got pregnant now, it would technically be a geriatric pregnancy. Instead, she's freezing her eggs. This design, oh, I want to go off so bad. I haven't even finished it. Like, get your holier than thou little house on the prairie morality shit out of here. This generation can't even afford an apartment or a house. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And I am with the left on this one. Like, where is all the support then? Why do I have to sell like used tissues and strands of my hair to go freeze my eggs to have babies, which you all want? Why are you making it so hard? Like, what are we talking about? Like, get out of here with this pilgrim shit, okay? And then he says, like, this isn't the world that we live in. One of my great friends who are really close with just had we're seeing it all around. And guess what? I hate to burst your little glasses off your head, Matt Walsh. People in your group, this is why they like can't stand you guys and why they're getting such a bad taste in their mouth and are literally stiff-arming you. I know huge conservative influencers, tastemakers, thought leaders who aren't buying into your little house on the prairie shit. They send me stuff all the time. Women now getting pregnant, in their 40s, later than ever for the first time. Women in their 40s outpacing teen pregnancies. Congrats. Like, why are you shitting on this for the sake of shitting on it? What are we talking about? I love it so much. I love to see even like the celebrities having babies later. Who did I see? Oh, Anne Hathaway. Even when she's not giving like performative trans speeches, she looked fire. She's 46, I think, and naturally pregnant. Who else did I see? There's so many people. Someone got pregnant at 50. That's pushing it for me personally, but it's like, isn't it inspiring? Isn't it inspiring that women are doing the thing you're hooting and hollering about, but later, and like have such a vitality later in life? Like, what is this? Like, literally, what 50s housewife bullshit is this, that there's an expiration date? Oh, you got to be 23 and have kids. What are we doing? Like, literally, you could be more out of touch. And then he says, oh, what I was saying was I have a friend, I think I finished my thought there, but I have a friend who I like blacked out on going off on Matt Walsh diatribe because it pisses me off so much. But yes, 46, first pregnancy, IVF, happy, healthy, great. And then he continues. I think it's so inspiring. It's like you have a whole new lease on life. And like, who made these rules? What? We're going to listen to the 1800s. Let me plot twist. I'm reading the book Yesteryear. It's about a trad wife influencer who's forced to live back in the 1850s in a time that she like preaches about. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty. Okay. Like, you guys have no idea. It's just not reality. So then he says, this desire to start having children late in life is completely baffling to me. I'll have kids in their 20s by the time I turn 50. AOC apparently wants to have a toddler at that age. Totally backwards and ridiculous. Okay. Get a life. Get a life. And it's such bullshit coming from the camp. This is what I'm going to be honest with you, because no one else is. The mirror isn't, your wife isn't, your friends, your family. No one's honest with you guys. This is what drives people crazy, is you make yourself the self-imposed, the arbiters of everything, the morality police. Why is it backwards and ridiculous? Why? Again, we're doing the thing that you're talking about. It's a different way. Good morning, Marty McFly. It's a different world. People are doing everything later, going to school later, jobs, making money. Again, raise a hand if you can afford a house these days. I know two of my friends with a house, okay? And I'm 35. It drives me insane. This nose up, stick up your butt. Again, arbiters of what's good and right and okay and not okay. This is why it's like School of Rock. Like, this is why you're tacky and I hate you. This is why people don't like it. It's like a Regina George moment. Like, everybody hates you, but this is why. Because you look so dense and so short-sighted and also hypocritical. I could understand if people were out here like, no, never have, which they are, right? Like, the nuclear family is bad, I don't have it, and all that. But like this, where it's utilizing technology to have babies, to populate, to have that amazing experience that you by and large believe we were put here to do. What are we talking about? Oh, it drives me so insane. It drives me so insane. You have so much. I think it's so. Look at Trump. Okay, where's this energy with Trump, with Barron? This guy's 80 years old and like basically running the world, and he's your hero. So how about getting a little perspective? Would you say the left never has? And see, again, how inspiring it is that we can do these things later in life. And we are, and we can, and we will. And I hate to burst your little bubble. I was going to go off even more, but I think you guys get it. So short-sighted and so sad, small thinking. But there are people in your camp who think this, by the way. Yeah. And why is there never energy on the people who had kids at the ripe old age of 20 and had so many regrets and resentment and it didn't pan out well? Or I'm in stereotype, but it's like there's nothing wrong with either. Again, this is coming from the party of live and let live, of being a libertarian, so to speak. Libertarian, my ass. Biggest hypocrites ever. Freedom of speech, freedom of this, freedom of that. But no, doing this is morally wrong, backwards, and ridiculous. Says who? You and Quaker Oats? Give me a break. Anyways, okay. So, last thing tonight is finding humanity again and common ground in not perhaps most expected of places. So, I'm always a little bit leery when I do Hollywood junkets. I've kind of had an arm's length. And thank God I did what I did when I did, because I could never, that stuff would never fly now. All of the ridiculous, absurd interactions and the kookiness of it and how inappropriate, it would never fly now, right? So I'm like, let's see what I can do though. I like to keep still one foot in and one foot out. And again, do what I'm saying and walk the walk. So I do a junket interview, 5 minutes, by the way. They're getting so savage and they are literally out here giving not a single F. And they don't care who knows it. They are loud, proud, not giving an F, like dwindling down your interviews to 5 minutes. But I decided to do one with, it's called Las Azules, the women in blue, right? And again, because of the doofuses like Matt Walsh, you're going to look at this on the surface and go, oh, this is another virtue signaling, it's hitting, women and women in Mexico and the police. And oh, gee, like how could we get political from there, right? Let me count the ways, like a firestorm. But when I looked into what it's about a true story of in the 1970s in Mexico when the police force hired a group of women, but it was a PR stunt to cover up a serial killer that they were going after. So it's based on the true story of that. And I was like, that's badass. Like giving very much Hidden Figures. Like I love it. And so I decide to ask the two stars, which are huge, by the way, Barbara Mori and Ximena Sarian. I sound like so white right now. I have it written down on my SAD. Sarinyana. Wow, I literally could not sound more Connecticut suburban. But I have them on. And you'll see, but I like this because it's not some fake orchestrated reaching, making something sexism and misogyny when it's not. It's like the real, it's the Hidden Figures of it all. And so I was like, what can I get in 5 minutes? And you'll see, I'm going to play it for you and then I'm going to wrap the show. And maybe you'll take something from it. But I had a little anxiety kind of setting the table because I come right out with it. You'll see. And I say this. And I could just hear the publicist in the background, like reeling, like, how is she saying this out loud? And I interviewed the showrunner and writer as well, which I'll air on Wednesday because the second season premieres this Wednesday night. But yeah, you'll see how I set up. And also I love how these junkets in these studios and Apple TV like have no Fs to give. So my interview was 5 minutes. I got the final file. It was 4 minutes and 59 seconds. So they did not F around and find out. And with that, all right, this is going to be 5 minutes long. We'll wrap the show. Check it out. And I'll come back to say goodbye. Come on. I'm a decent host like that. Maybe not to you though, Matt Walsh. You really need a serious reality check. Holy shit. So sick, but I came today because I wanted to speak to you and I'm here for the cause.
Awesome.
So
you look great.
Taylor Ferber, talk to me, Taylor. Hi, ladies.
Talk to me, Taylor.
Talk to me, ladies. Ladies, women in blue. Ladies, out of the gate, I apologize. I am coming out of like a NyQuil fever dream because I've been so sick, but I came today because I wanted to speak to you and I'm here for the cause.
Awesome.
So
you look great.
Thank you.
You look whole, which is great.
What's that?
You look whole, like all put together, all good.
Thank you. I just have to match the company I keep. So I'm just trying to keep up with you ladies. Okay. Season 2, Women in Blue. This whole story is so badass. And the fact that it's anchored in what really, based on true events, just takes it to the next level. Now, I'm going to be honest, ladies. I feel like in today's world, when it comes to things like sexism and misogyny, sometimes it's really performative or not really sexism and misogyny, and it waters down the real thing. This is a real thing. So talk to me about maybe a micro example in season 2 of either that really kind of stuck with you
that you couldn't unsee, that really kind of got in your head of like, wow, this was real?
For me, I think it would be the constant underestimating of women and their capacities. And, you know, these women obviously gained, rightfully so, their place in the police force. And still, season 2, you see them having to struggle with that and having to convince men that they, you know, that they're valuable to the police force and they're valuable to the case. And I think one of the most important themes also for each of the characters is sort of them navigating this new place that they are living, and then that they're embodying, that they gained in season 1, and still having to come to terms with who they are now and what they want, and getting what they want, which is definitely challenging in this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, it's realizing the corruption in the you know, the justice institution, you know, in the police force. You're looking for justice, right? And in this second season, you go deep into this institution and you realize how much corruption can be inside. So it's, for me, it's that is something really tough.
Is there a specific example of said corruption that your brain was like, how could this even go on?
Well, just, you know, I mean, I don't want to spoil at all
True.
for this season, but I think that it's a reality that a lot of our countries live. I think this what's going to be interesting for people all around the world to see is that, you know, this was something that actually really happened, and that was happening in many Latin American countries that had, you know, similar situations, and it's just very tough to watch and to sort of be confronted.
Yeah, that's what makes it so striking. Very like Hidden Figures, right? Very, even though it's a fiction also on Apple, but like For All Mankind, like that, when you see the ins and the outs, it makes it, again, not performative, but very real.
Yeah.
I have 1 minute. So in this fastest interview ever, talking about corruption, going up against the machine, the systems. Oh, they're telling me to wrap. I was going to ask each of you one that you feel you go up against. It could be algorithms, Hollywood, any sort of system you feel day to day you're fighting up.
I think expectation as to what a woman even nowadays should be, and what they should want, and how they should live. I think both Barbara and I personally, we sort of break the mold all the time, and I think that's important.
Yeah, I stay there to that.
You're speaking my language completely. We'll have to pick it up another time, short and sweet.
Yes.
But my, oh my, women in boxes, you don't say. I mean, right? Ladies, thanks so much. Women in blue.
Thank you.
You got to
Thank you
feel
so
so badass
Thanks.
in these roles, I'm sure.
Thanks.
So there you have it. You know, not too much to give, you know, in this not too much to give out there from Hollywood, you know, in this groundbreaking 5-minute display of journalism. But there you have it. Again, like finding common ground. And I get what they're saying, even though it was so compact and kind of not doing the most, doing more little. No, they were great. Yeah, that idea of like constantly like look at these clowns like Matt Walsh or whoever, like telling us who to be, how to be. I'm just done with it. I don't know who these people, I don't know where they get off. I don't know who they think they are, but not here, not in my house, not in my house. All right, guys, I will see you Wednesday night on Hump Day. A little more interview action, a little more hot take action. And yeah, you know, if you see the Matt Walshes of it all, send my regards. Check out my Substack. That is stacked. And I'll see you Wednesday. Chris, how was your pee break?
My pee break.
They might flash you on
That's okay.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
I too am a thought criminal. Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around? messing around?
But how much do you actually understand money, especially the new wave?
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is